This is Easy Life Journey. Today I want to cover what is the meaning of life. It's whatever you want it to be. The meaning of life is entirely dependable on the individual, but as a whole it is to reproduce, live, die, and repeat in an endless cycle of birth and death. The meaning of life can be anything you want it to be because there is no right, wrong, good or bad answer. It is for you to decide how you will live and give meaning and purpose to it. So I want to cover this topic because it has billions of search results. The three topics are: what is your purpose for living? What is life as a whole? You are the creator of your world. So number one, what is your purpose for living? 130 million people in the US work full-time, which is about 40%. And part-time, other people work part-time, and for the homelessness or the unemployment is about 6 to 7 million. So what does this have to do about life? Well, working is a part of life because without work, there can't be progress, advancement, or technology. You see, the universe is working 24/7, non-stop. It is always expanding. Number two, raising a family. For most of us, that's what we want because many of us are religious. It tells us to raise a family, to have a kid, marry your spouse, and that's pretty much it. And sadly, 95% of us are like that. And if we're lucky, we don't die from diseases or accidents. Motivation will drive you to your purpose. The thing is, it really explains why you need to have motivation to pursue your desire and live the way you want. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are already entering the space age, and the greatest purpose is to serve humanity, for me. And monks, they have a very simple life. They just do very little bit, they meditate, and they strive to reach enlightenment, and that's perfectly fine. But it takes a long time to achieve enlightenment. And so I practice meditation daily, and I really like it, and it helps me find my purpose in life. Honestly, your purpose in life is whatever you want it to be. I cannot tell you, but some advice could be to invent new things, help out the poor, teach kids, become a police to protect your community, just live your life and do your time, travel the world and explore food and culture, and whatever you want it to be. Your purpose may be spontaneously come to you like it did to me, or you have to find it. No one has the same story. That's what makes living so amazing. So point two, what is life as a whole? Is to reproduce. Women are biologically engineered to have babies, and sex is natural and we all crave it daily and weekly. At any given moment, about 15,000 people are having sex, and over 1.6 billion Google results prove that sex is part of life. Everything does it. Very few things are asexual. So if you think about 3 to 4 billion years ago, there was no life on Earth, but slowly it evolved from one single cell organism. And, they colonized, and that's the same thing we did. We colonized, we expanded, we reproduce and produce. Maybe there is no meaning at all, because there's 5 points I want to give. We could be living in a simulation like the Matrix. Computers today are so powerful they can create games where players have free will and do anything like humans. So why can't this world resemble that? Number two, aliens are using us and controlling us for food and energy. It's been talked about aliens since ancient time, and who knows, maybe they're here and they're using us. And number three, we are living in a hologram or an illusion. Do you know that humans are 99% empty space, and if we remove all the empty space from the entire human population, we would be the size of an apple, extremely heavy apple. So number four is Anunnakis, which I really like this one. I've studied a little bit about, actually quite a lot. They created us the mind goal for the whole planet because their ozone layer were depleting, and they are the creators of human. So we are actually half primates of like monkeys, and then we were half of them, the Anunnakis. That's how we look like we are today. If you watch The Fifth Element, it has a little bit of hints about the Anunnakis. It's that movie, it's really good. And number five, which is also a lot of people talk about this one too. It's all over YouTube and on the online world. But the lizard people, known as the reptilians, are running the world. People have made memes and parodies of this, but reptilians once were the master race of this earth. Maybe they're hiding underground and they're waiting for us, or they feed off us, or they're controlling the government. So who knows? So there's a lot of conspiracy theories, but life as a whole, maybe there isn't any. Infinite opportunities in one life. We still have to work and take care of our families and so forth. The universe is vast and endless. Do you really want to waste your time just existing? Death knocks. There's probably hundreds of lives all over the universe, if not billions. The human race is only 300,000 years old. We're very young, so we haven't even started. Lucky and unlucky, animals, cows, pigs, they're born and they get eaten and they live a miserable life. The farm factories are very cruel. They do not have good lives. We're lucky we're not born like that. And if you were born in the third world, which over half the population of Earth makes $2.50 or less, and you could have been born in a very poverty place, a crime, a drug place, or you were raped, or something bad happened to you when you were little. So you just be very lucky that you live in a first world or a good world, second country. And 15% of the people in the world have some form of disability, mental or physically. That's 15%. That's quite a lot. The chances of you being born is 1 in 400 trillion, which is literally 0%. So the key takeaway of this is the meaning of life is to multiply, expand, destroy, and reproduce, an endless cycle of repetition. So point number 3, you are the creator. Be very selfish. You were born in this life. Maybe you don't know why. Maybe you will find out why. But it's good to be selfish. That way you know what you want to do, and you need to care about yourself, because honestly no one else does but you. So how can you find your reason and meaning? So for me, I was adopted at the age of 6. I graduated high school. I was in 12th grade, obviously, and I really didn't like my life. It wasn't until I worked for myself that I realized how life hard it was, and that no one really took care of me but myself, and that's for everyone. And you need to realize that's just how life is, and if you want to achieve great things, you have to, put in a lot of work, be alone, spending money on your girlfriend and parties. You're going to do that for years and years and never get anywhere. If you want to be rich, I suggest you read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Another book I read by Tony Robbins was Awaken the Giant. Those were the 2 books that started my journey too. So no wrongs or rights. Your purpose can be anything in life, which is ultimately the meaning of life. So there's no wrong or right answer. Life isn't fair and life is fair. It's how you choose. Start reading books, talking to mentors and more educated people than you. Watch educational shows, research and travel the world. Do whatever it takes to find your purpose. You need to get involved and start being active in order to find your reason for living if you not have found it. Sitting in your home watching TV all day isn't going to do anything. Successful people and winners will do whatever it takes to succeed. Right now, your main objective in life is to find your purpose, which will lead you to your meaning in life. Forget about your family, friends, co-workers. In fact, just forget about everyone. Focus on you and spend all your energy finding your purpose. We are energy. The universe is energy. To focus on other things, the less energy you have on yourself. For example, if you're always with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you're giving energy to them. Give all that back to yourself. A baseball player, a good pitcher, what does he do all day? He just pitches balls and throws balls. That way he gets better. If he didn't do that, then he wouldn't be a good pitcher, So here's some quotes that will help you find your purpose. Find a purpose to serve, not a lifestyle to live, by Chris Jami. You are here to make a difference, to either improve the world or worsen it, and whether or not you consciously choose to, you will accept one or the other, by Rachel Goodrich. The greatest fear that human beings experience is not death, which is inevitable, but consideration of the distinct possibility of living a worthless life, by Kilroy Oyster. Key takeaway for this point is, I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are, by Takashi Shudo. So that's my takeaway and my points in life. Thank you for stopping by and have a great day.